Welcome back to Caffeine Confessionals. My name is Alan Aguirre, and I got to start off by apologizing about the fact that we have not been posting much on this channel lately. Life has gotten busy, and we're just trying our best to keep up with it, but we do have exciting news for you here today. The Challenge USA Season 2 cast just dropped on Venmo.com. Season 1 of Challenge USA, it was all Big Brother, Survivor, CBS only people. They've thrown that out the window. We have a bunch of Challenge veterans, a bunch of CBS people, and they're going to mix them all together. I got to say thank you to Pink Rose and the Spoiler team at Venmo.com for collecting the information and giving us insight onto who's going to be on this season. We're going to go through the cast list on Venmo, just give you your quick reactions, the little things I know about them. Let's get excited, folks. The challenge is going to be going this summer. We're going to have more seasons. All Stars 4 is coming around the corner. They're going to film season 39 at some point, and there's some really exciting names on this cast list and some less exciting names too. Some people might be alternates. Stay updated on Venmo.com to see if anyone gets added, dropped, so on, so forth. Let's get into it. Moving on to Venmo. Thank you to Pink Rose again for gathering all this information for us. Let's scroll down through the cast. TJ Lavin is hosting this season because that's what TJ Lavin does. He hosts the challenge. Kicking us off for the females, we have Alyssa Lopez returning for her second straight Challenge USA season, originally from Big Brother. Alyssa really shined on Challenge USA to me. She showed a lot more personality. She showed a lot more strategic gameplay, and she was really awesome in all the daily challenges. She came up one elimination short of the final. I think she would have done really well in the final if she was there. I like Alyssa a lot. I don't know how she's going to hold up against this cast. I think she's made some enemies, but I really liked her on season 1. Next up, we have Alyssa Snyder from the most recent season of Big Brother. Alyssa, I mean, she's a cute girl, really sweet, but also at the same time, she's a really thirsty influencer. That's what I get from watching her on this show and her interactions on social media after the show. I don't really think she brings much to the table competitively. I think there could have been better castings than Alyssa. I'm not trying to be too harsh, but yeah, I'm just being honest because I think she's just a clout chaser. That's all I see when I see her. I mean, I think she's nice, but I think she's a clout chaser at the same time. Apologies if you like Alyssa. I'm not buying it. I think so many people could have taken her spot in the cast. Really annoying to see her on. Next up, we have our first MTV person. It is Amanda Garcia, the pop-off queen herself. Last seen on Spies, Lies, and Allies. A mother, a member of the Lavender Lady Alliance. Amanda's never been to a final, but she's one of the best players to never go to a final. She's had a season like Final Reckoning where she won the most daily challenges of any player. She's really good with puzzles, physically not the strongest, and gets into a lot of drama. It's going to be really interesting to see how Amanda does in a CBS environment where she can't really curse. They might censor things. They might not show all her drama, but Amanda's a big character. I think she makes every season she's on better. I love Amanda. I'm glad to see her back. I'm always happy to see Amanda. God, it's going to be interesting to see her on, especially with people, as we're going to see going down this cast list, that she has a lot of enemies. She has a lot of enemies on this cast. Next up, we have Amira Jones from the most recent season of Big Brother. Amira was very overconfident in the beginning, and then her game got ended really soon after that. She didn't show much, but I do think there is potential in her as a reality TV character. She was a bit messy after the season, during the season as well. I like the casting of Amira. I don't really know what she brings to the table, but I think there's potential there. It's hard to grasp. Next up, we have Cassidy Clark from Survivor, the most recent season that's not currently airing. Survivor 43, I believe. She came in second place, and in my opinion, of the people who were at that final tribal, Cassie deserved to win. She played a very solid game. She's really solid across the board. She's decent in challenges. She's smart. I think she will do well socially in the game. And I don't really see her as a person who ever come last place in a daily challenge. I think Cassie is really solid across the board. I'm really happy to see her on this show, especially after she got completely robbed on Survivor. The guy who won that season is just an absolute joke. Back again for another Challenge USA season, it is Kayla Platt from The Amazing Race. Technically, Kayla was the second place finisher among females in that Challenge USA final. She was incredibly strong when it came to puzzles, mental challenges, and is a very good communicator. I really grew to like Kayla during the season. An incredibly strong swimmer as well. Kayla's a good casting. She's a good, really nice, earnest person. Ooh, we have Chanel Howell from Survivor 42. Chanel went out pretty early on her Survivor season, but she is athletic. She is intelligent. I think she has potential on this cast. I think she's going to show a lot of growth. I mean, some of the biggest characters from their Survivor slash Big Brother seasons didn't do the best on Challenge USA, whereas the people who are more underrated really were able to show out on the challenge. I think Chanel could be one of those people. I'm excited to see her on. And what's cool is that her entire Survivor cast mates are very excited to see her on this show as well. Back again, it is the wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous Desi Williams from Challenge USA Season 1 and Survivor Heroes versus Hustlers versus whatever it's called. Desi is a perfect human being. She is in immaculate shape. She's a beauty queen. She has her doctorate in, I think, sports science and health. On Challenge USA, she was top 3 in basically almost every single daily challenge among the women. She never went into elimination because nobody wanted to face her because she's intimidating and also because her social game was incredible. Then she got to the final and was immediately DQ'd because that loser Enzo Palumbo couldn't swim more than 5 feet, ending her game. It was complete bullshit. It was an utter disgrace, and I can't believe she's back again because producers completely screwed Desi over. She is a massive threat to win this game. I love Desi. I'm glad she's back. She deserves a shot to run the final. Desi got robbed last season. I'm glad to see her back though. Ooh, we got Hannah Chatta from Big Brother 23. She's one of the members of the Cookout Alliance. Hannah's only 22 years old. She debuted on reality TV 2-3 years ago. She is a brilliant human being. She graduated from high school at 16. She got her college degree at 19. She's a hip hop dancer. She's kind of everything, man. She's a physical threat. She's a mental threat. She's still so young. She's going to bring a lot to the table. I do think she might be a little bit timid and maybe socially not blend in immediately, but Hannah's going to be a threat, especially if there's any puzzles or anything like that. Hannah's going to be a threat. She's a strong player. She might be one of the smartest people ever cast on these shows. Ooh, we got a big threat. We got Johnny Mannion, winner of Challenge All-Star Season 2, winner of Challenge All-Star Season 3, first place finisher all 3 Challenge All-Star seasons. Jonna is an absolute beast of a competitor, and each season she comes in better shape. She knows how to play the game from all angles. You'll never see Jonna come in last place in a daily challenge unless your partner gets brutally injured because he can't jump onto a water blob over. Johnny's a beast. I love Jonna. I adore her. If you subscribe to the channel, you know I love Jonna. Kellyanne Judd from the Real World Sydney, and Kellyanne is right now in the World Championships, just making a mess, but also being a great competitor. Kellyanne is one of the strongest female competitors to never win the challenge. She's incredibly fit. She's chaotic, messy, is always on the wrong side of the game politically, but she's just such good reality TV. I'm glad Kellyanne is back because she is someone who makes every season better. And she has some rivals on the show as well. Next up, we got Lulu Gonzalez from The Amazing Race, and she's someone I don't really know much about. When I first Googled her name, Lulu Gonzalez feet pics came up, so, she probably has some really nice feet. I'm joking. Lulu is a radio DJ from New Jersey. She looks fit. She has a twin sister named Lala. She did solid on The Amazing Race. I don't have much to say, but I think she looks cool. And if you're a radio DJ, you probably know how to mix it up with people. You're probably fun to be around. It makes me think of Tech on Challenge All Stars, where he just comes into a house, makes a lot of people happy, and they want to keep him around. Ooh, we got a great casting next. Michaela Bradshaw from Survivor Millennials vs. Gen X and Survivor Game Changers. We saw her on the Spies, Lies, Ally season go out in that first elimination against Corey Lay, where it came down to weight, and Corey was just the biggest guy there. Thus, they won the elimination. Michaela is an all-around beast. She is highly educated, a former collegiate track star. She's going to be one of the biggest threats in this game because we saw in that first daily challenge of Spies, Lies, and Allies where she came in second place immediately. She's a great swimmer, great athlete, can do puzzles. Michaela is a force. I'm excited to have her back, and she really is someone who deserved a second shot on this show. Michelle Fitzgerald. She picked up a lot of daily challenge wins in her most recent season. She maybe didn't have the best political game, but I love Michelle. She's a great personality. Her confessionals are amazing. She's a Survivor winner. Michelle just brings legitimacy to the show because She bridges the gap between MTV and CBS. I like Michelle a lot. I think she's good reality TV. Give me more Michelle, give me more Michaela. And the way they ended their season together was a little bit messy. So that's interesting. Michelle has a really interesting relationship with Amanda too, where they started off as friends, and then the stuff with Fessy, who's also going to be on this season, it's put them into a weird place where maybe they hate each other, maybe they like each other. How she relates with the Vacation Alliance now, it's a real predicament going on. I like Michelle on this show. There's some real drama potentially here. I like it a lot. Tiffany Mitchell is back from Big Brother. She was America's favorite player on her season. She was the mastermind of the Cookout Alliance, but on Challenge USA season 2, she really didn't seem up for the game physically. I think she's a big threat on a show like Survivor, Big Brother, but on the challenge, I don't know if it's made for Tiffany. Rounding out the female cast, we have Tori Deal making her long-awaited return for the challenge. We're so excited to see her. Boy, it feels like this is the 80th straight season Tori's been on. She just won Ride or Dies. She does the Challenge podcast. She's on the Global show right now. I just need a break from Tori. She's a strong player. She has a real shot to win it all because she's a great athlete. She's super fit. She's committed to this show. She has so many friendships, alliances, pre-made deals, storylines. But man, I'm getting tired of Tori. I need a break from her, pretty simply. Let's move on to the male cast. Kicking us off, we have Cinco Holland from Love Island and Challenge USA Season 1. I was really excited for Cinco going into Season 1. He's a former collegiate football player. I thought he would hook up with a bunch of people. Instead, Cinco was pretty boring. He lost to a pretty weak competitor in elimination. I don't think he's worth this casting spot. I think it should have gone to a lot of other people who really could have brought something to the table. I don't think Cinco brings anything to the table. Next up, we got Chris Underwood from Survivor Edge of Extinction. He won his season. He's famously the guy who won the Survivor, playing the least amount of days on the official island. He came back and won a redemption game, and then just went off to win the entire season. Chris is a really good athlete. He's in great shape. He's massive eye candy. He's a smart guy. I think he'll do really well on the show. I'm excited to see Chris Underwood back in the mix because I think a lot of people shit on his Survivor win when it's not his fault he won the game. He just played the hand that was dealt to him, and he's a really good dude. Next up, we got Mr. Teen Mom himself, Corey Warden, back on the show. Blesses up to his kid who's currently recovering from some really serious health issues. I hope they're doing well. I hope his family's okay. Corey's a great guy. He's a 4-time finalist, has come in second place in multiple seasons, has some challenge records, like he has the most daily challenge one in a row in a single season. He has a pretty solid elimination record. He's beaten people like Darrell in eliminations convincingly. He's come up close so many times. I would really like to see Corey get the win, but he doesn't win for certain reasons. He's not the greatest swimmer. He's not the greatest puzzle player, but Corey is a great athlete. He brings a lot to the table. Good social game. I'm excited to see Corey back on the show. Next up, we got Dusty Harris from The Amazing Race. This guy is super into CrossFit. He's a cyclist. I think when it comes to the cardio aspects of the challenge, his build does really well in daily challenges. Now, being on Amazing Race is what might put him at a disadvantage because he'll have less social connections than all the other people. And when these MTV people get involved, all they care about is who is friends with who has the least amount of numbers. Amazing Race is going to get targeted really quickly this season, in my opinion. But I think Dusty's a good athlete. I think he's in good shape. I think he could do well. I'm excited to see him on this show. Next up, we got Fessy. You guys know who he is. He's a very strong physical competitor. He is a massive fuckboy. He's going to hook up with a bunch of people. He's going to win some daily challenges. He's going to make some egotistical comments. In reality, Fessy is a real threat to win because he is good with puzzles. He does have good cardio. He is strong. Nobody wants to see him in a pole wrestle. At the same time, we know why he loses at times, because his ego gets in his way. But Fessy is a big threat. He makes it at least to the last elimination of every season he's been on, except for when he got kicked off for maybe pushing Josh. Why did he get kicked off that season, really? I don't know. MTV's gotten soft. Next up, we got Giant Bananas, and if you count spinoffs, this is like his 27th season of the challenge, which is just a crazy thing to say. Of course, you're going to put one of the faces of the franchise on CBS the first chance you get. You give him a big platform, and it's going to be really interesting to see how casual CBS reality TV viewers are going to take to Giant Bananas on the show. Are they going to be skeptical, or are they going to immediately love him? I really don't know. I really can't tell. Bananas is a 7-time champion. He's always a threat to win because he is one of the best to ever compete. I don't know. There's nothing really else I have to say. I could throw in a snarky comment, but I don't really have one right now because it makes sense why you cast him on the show. Next up, we got Joseph Abden from Big Brother 24. He's dating the winner of his Big Brother season, Taylor Hale. They are in a very famous showmance. Joseph is in ridiculously good shape. I mean, look at that body. He is highly educated, a very good, nice human being. My only problem with Joseph is that he might be a bit boring on this show. He might be a little bit too soft, a little bit too naive. But in terms of like the actual daily challenges, Joseph should kill it. But will he mix it up in the ways you want for a challenge competitor? I don't really know. Plus, the fact he enters with a relationship outside the house, it makes it so that he can't really flirt or have showmances. And the people who come in, with baggage already of like relationships, the politicking element of the game being thrown out the window really hurts them. Next up, we got Josh Martinez, the goof, back again. We haven't seen him since Spies, Lies, and Allies, but it doesn't really feel like we've had much of a break from him. Josh is no threat to win. He's not coordinated enough. He's not athletic enough. He can't do puzzles. He cries a lot. But I don't know. I like Josh on this show because it's fun to laugh at him sometimes. It's fun to make fun of him. I mean, pretty simply. It looks like he's in the best shape of his life. Congrats to Josh on that. But yeah, I'm excited to watch him lose and cry about an elimination where he lost because he's not a good player, and him talk about how he wants to win. But Josh, you're not good enough to win. Plain and simple. Next up, we got Luis Colon from The Amazing Race. He is a dancer. He is a firefighter. He did incredibly well with his girlfriend / wife, might be his wife, on The Amazing Race. Physically, the guy should do well, but being on The Amazing Race and having, not being able to politic, like I mentioned above with Joseph, could really hurt Luis in the game. Physically, the guy looks solid, though. He should do well in the challenges. Good casting. But I don't really like his outlook just because I think Amazing Race is going to have such a big target on them. Back again for his second Challenge USA season, it is Kylan Young. He won a lot of daily challenges on the first season. Won an elimination as well. Kylan was one of the best players to not make the final last season. He hooks up with a lot of people from reality TV shows. I think he's a great casting. He's a little bit messy. I like Kylan. Put him on the MTV show. Put him on All Stars. He's the type of guy you just want on reality TV because he's willing to get messy and he can compete, which I really love to see. Ooh, we got Monty Taylor, who was the runner-up of the most recent Big Brother season. When I was in LA for a challenge event, I saw Monty in person. The dude is a whole man. That is a big, athletic, fit dude. He can mess some people up in a physical elimination. Monty's a good casting. I don't know if he'll bring a lot to the table when it comes to puzzles and stuff like that, but showmances and physical competitions, Monty will kill it. He's a great casting. He's someone I'd love to see on the MTV show way more, but let's put him on this Challenge USA show. Oh boy, one of the big surprise castings. Paulie Calafiore makes his return to the challenge for the first time since War of the Worlds 2. The last time we saw Paulie, he was one of the biggest, most important characters on the show with his relationship with Cara Maria. He won a lot of daily challenges, had a lot of enemies, went to 2 finals, was a big threat to win it all, and then he got into a lot of social media drama. There were rumors that maybe he didn't pass a psych test. There are rumors that his name is Paulie Hantz, and because he's related to Russell Hantz, they don't really care if you're crazy or not. Just kidding. Paulie's a good competitor. He's a big threat, has a lot of people who hate him on this show. Oh man, him and Bananas. It's going to be interesting to see whether they go at it, whether they're working together. He could be on an apology tour like some people have been on when they come back to the show. What's really interesting to me is that Cara Maria is going to be making her return on All Stars 4. Paulie's making his return on this show. Neither of them returning to the MTV flagship show, which could be telling us something different. I know there's a lot of the same producers, but there's also some different producers and different minds going on when it comes to the casting and different influences. Paulie being back on the show, it adds a lot to the show. And people have been complaining about it getting stale. Paulie makes the show instantly less stale with his personality. Though then again, they put Turbo on last season. Everyone targeted him immediately, and he was out. And I'm not saying Paulie is as crazy as Turbo, but I could see something similar happening if enough people gather together. At the same time, Paulie's gone far because he is charismatic. He does know how to work people, and he is good in these challenges. I'm excited to see Paulie back just because maybe we won't see some repetition on this show. And you got to remember, he did start off on CBS all those years ago on Big Brother 18, so he's back on CBS finally. Next up, we got Tyler Crispin, who was the runner-up of Casey's Big Brother season. A lot of people thought he deserved to win that season. He then went and did the All-Star season. His ex-fiance is Angela Rummins, who was one of the top competitors on Challenge USA Season 1. They are now separated. Tyler no longer has his rich girlfriend's pockets to live in. He has to go make some money himself, and he's going to compete on the show. He is a great competitor. He was awesome in the comps in Big Brother. He's a surfer. I think similar to Jay Starrett, like he should do well in these daily challenges. But I don't know whether he would like stack up in a headbanger or anything like that. And the last time we saw him on reality TV, his head wasn't really in the game. Now he's throwing himself into this world. He said he'd never do the challenge. Now he's here. It'll be interesting to see how he does. I mean, there were rumors he was going to be on Ride or Die as Casey's partner, and then he dropped out. It's just super fascinating to see him on this show. Wes Bergman, Real World Austin, rounds out the cast. Wes just announced recently that him and his wife are pregnant currently. They're awaiting their first child. And it makes sense that Wes is doing this season because he probably won't be able to do another season for another 15 to 18 months once they get closer to delivering the baby, once the baby's born. So this is probably Wes's last chance to film a season. And just like Bananas, if you're going to move the show to CBS and you're going to bring over your MTV people, you bring the faces of the franchise. Unfortunately, CT is a little bit busy. He's a little bit indisposed right now. So you got Bananas, you got Wes, you got John A. We're missing Cara Maria, but Cara Maria also just filmed the show. We got some big heavy hitters on the show. They're mixing up CBS people. They're mixing up MTV people. I wonder if they're going to be pairing them together like they did on the Global show with the Global MVPs and the MTV Legends, or if it's going to be two teams against each other, MTV versus CBS. I think most people would like to see the second one, but I do think if it does come to that, the MTV people are just going to completely blow out the CBS players. Let's just run back the cast real quick in reverse order. Wes Bergman, Real World Austin. Tyler Crispin, Big Brother. Paulie Calafiore, The Challenge and Big Brother. Monty Taylor, Big Brother. Kyland Young, Big Brother. And Challenge USA Season 1. Luis Colon, Amazing Race. Josh Martinez, Disneyland as Goofy. Joseph Abden, Big Brother. Johnny Bananas, The Challenge. Jesse Shafat, The Challenge and technically Big Brother. Dusty Harris, The Amazing Race. Corey Warden, Teen Mom. Chris Underwood, Survivor. Cinco Holland, Love Island and Challenge USA Season 1. Tori Deal, Are You the One? Tiffany Mitchell, Big Brother. Michelle Fitzgerald, Survivor. And the Challenge. Michaela Bradshaw, Survivor. Lulu Gonzalez, Amazing Race. Kellyanne Judd, The Real World Sydney and The Challenge. John A. Mannion, Endurance, Real World Cancun, The Challenge. Hannah Chatham, Big Brother. Desi Williams, Survivor and The Challenge USA Season 1. Chanel Howell, Survivor. Kayla Platt, The Amazing Race. Cassidy Clark, Survivor. Amira Jones, Big Brother. Amanda Garcia, Are You the One? And The Challenge. Alyssa Snyder from Big Brother. And Alyssa Lopez, Big Brother. That is our cast. Challenge USA Season 2. Some people might get added. Some people might get dropped. Stay updated on Venmo.com. And once again, thank you to Pink Rose for the spoilers, giving us all this information. Everyone, have a great day. We're going to try and keep you updated with this season. We're going to have Podcaster Challenge All-Star Season 4. Just have a great day. Stay tuned to the channel. Hopefully more content is coming soon.